What separates the successful from the average? What makes some people rise while others stay stuck? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even hard work alone, it's obsession. The ones who achieve greatness aren't just interested in success, they are consumed by it. They think about it, dream about it, breathe it. While others are distracted, they are focused. While others wait for the perfect moment, they are taking action. Today, you will hear the truth about what it really takes to win. If you've been waiting for a sign to go all in on your dreams, this is it. Listen to me. Right now, at this very moment, you are either building your future or destroying it. There is no in between. The world is filled with distractions, endless noise, notifications, temptations pulling you in every direction. But here's the truth. Those who lose focus lose their dreams. Those who stay locked in, who refuse to let distractions steal their destiny, they're the ones who rise, they're the ones who win. So I have one question for you. What do you want? Not what your friends want, not what society expects. What do you want? Because if you don't know, life will decide for you. And life doesn't care about your dreams. Life will bury them under excuses, entertainment, and wasted time. But if you have a vision, if you're truly hungry, you need to protect that vision with everything you've got. Every time you scroll mindlessly, every time you put off what needs to be done, every time you let fear stop you, you are handing over your future. And one day, you'll look back and realize you traded your dreams for cheap distractions. And by then, it's too late. You have to take control of your mind. Your mind is the weapon that will either set you free or keep you trapped. Every day you wake up with two choices. Focus on your goals or focus on distractions. You can either make excuses or make progress, but you can't do both. And listen, success is not comfortable. It requires obsession. The ones who achieve their dreams are the ones who stay locked in while everyone else is sleeping, partying, or watching another useless video. They are the ones who refuse to be average. So stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The people who change the world, the ones who become legends, they don't wait. They don't complain. They don't scroll through life hoping something great happens. They make it happen. You have the power to build the life you want. You have the power to become unstoppable. But only if you make a decision right now. Decide that you will not lose focus. Decide that you will not stop until you get what you want. Decide that you will never again let distractions steal your future. Because the truth is, if you lose focus, you lose everything. There was a time when a young man stood at a crossroads in his life. He had big dreams, huge ambitions, and the fire inside him to achieve greatness. But there was just one problem. He had no clear direction. Every time he started something, he got excited for a while, but then he would get distracted. He would see someone else doing something different and think, maybe I should do that instead. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and before he knew it, years had gone by and he was still in the same place. That's what happens when you don't have clarity. Life becomes a series of distractions. You start chasing whatever looks good in the moment, but nothing ever sticks. And that's because without a clear vision, you become a slave to your environment. You react to everything instead of taking control. Think about this. If you were driving in the middle of the night with no GPS, no map, and no destination in mind, where would you end up? Nowhere. You would just keep driving in circles, wasting time, burning fuel, and getting frustrated. That's exactly how most people live their lives. They wake up every day not knowing exactly what they want and then wonder why they aren't making progress. The people who succeed in life are the ones who have absolute clarity. They know exactly what they want, and because of that, they don't waste energy on distractions. They don't jump from one thing to another hoping something works. They have a vision and they stay locked in on that vision no matter what. Let me tell you something. There is no power without clarity. A scattered mind leads to a scattered life. If you are constantly changing directions, constantly second-guessing yourself, constantly getting pulled into whatever is trending or whatever other people are doing, you will never build momentum. And without momentum, you will never reach your goals. Imagine an archer with a bow and arrow. If he doesn't have a clear target, how will he ever hit the bullseye? He can shoot arrows all day. But if he's aiming at nothing, he's wasting his time. But if he locks in on the target, if he focuses with precision, he can hit the mark every single time. That's what clarity does. It gives you a target, it gives you focus. And once you have that focus, you become unstoppable. I've seen people waste years of their lives because they never took the time to get clear on what they wanted. They kept saying, I'll figure it out later, but later never came. And the problem is, the longer you wait to get clear, the harder it becomes to change direction. The more distractions pile up, the more habits solidify, and before you know it, you're stuck in a life you never wanted. But here's the good news. You can change that today. You can decide right now that you are going to stop drifting, that you are going to stop wasting time on things that don't matter, that you are going to get crystal clear on what you want and go after it with everything you have. So let me ask you, what do you really want? Not what your parents want, not what society says you should want, not what looks good on social media. What do you want? If you don't have an answer, you need to find one, because if you don't, the world will decide for you. And let me tell you, if you don't take control of your own vision, someone else will. If you don't have a plan for your life, you will become a part of someone else's plan. And do you think their plan includes your dreams? Of course not. You have to get specific. Vague goals produce vague results. If you say, I want to be successful, what does that mean? Success looks different for everyone. Does success mean making $1 million? Does it mean starting your own business? Does it mean having freedom to travel the world? What does it mean to you? The moment you define it, the moment you write it down, the moment you commit to it, that's when everything changes. Because now, instead of chasing distractions, instead of bouncing around from one idea to another, you have a North Star, a guiding force, a reason to stay focused. And once you have that clarity, the distractions will start to disappear. The things that used to steal your time won't have power over you anymore. You won't care about gossip. You won't care about mindless scrolling. You won't care about what everyone else is doing, because you'll be too busy building your dream. Clarity gives you power, gives you confidence. It gives you the ability to say no to the things that don't serve your purpose. And when you start saying no to distractions, you free up your energy for what truly matters. There will always be temptations. There will always be moments when you feel like quitting. But when you have a clear vision, you will push through, because you know exactly why you're doing it. You know exactly what's at stake. And let me be real with you. If you don't get clear now, you will look back one day with regret. You will see the opportunities you missed, the time you wasted, the potential you never tapped into. And that pain of knowing you could have done more, been more, achieved more, that pain is worse than anything you will ever experience. So don't let that be your story. Get clear on what you want. Write it down, make a plan, and then execute that plan with relentless focus. Because once you have clarity, once you have that unstoppable vision, nothing and no one can stop you. There is a war happening inside you every single day, a battle between focus and distraction, between discipline and temptation, between the future you want and the comfort of the present. And make no mistake, this is not a small fight. This is the fight that will determine the entire direction of your life, because if you lose this battle, if you allow distractions to win, you will never reach your full potential. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you have, but like any weapon, it can either be used to build or to destroy. Every second of the day, it is being pulled in 1,000 directions. Notifications, social media, negative people, endless entertainment. It's all designed to steal your attention. And if you let it, if you don't take control, you will wake up years from now wondering where your life went, wondering why you never achieved what you knew you were capable of, wondering how you allowed distractions to rob you of your future. The truth is, most people don't lose in life because they're not talented. They don't fail because they don't have potential. They fail because they get distracted. They let their focus get hijacked by things that don't matter. They start something meaningful, but then they stop halfway because something else grabs their attention. They allow their energy to be drained by things that don't push them forward. But the ones who win in life, the ones who rise to the top, they treat their mind like a battlefield. They guard their thoughts with everything they have. They don't allow negativity, doubt, or distractions to take root. They know that if they can control their mind, they can control their future. Imagine your mind like a fortress. If you leave the gates open, anything can walk in. Fear, laziness, procrastination, wasted time. But if you lock those gates, if you stay disciplined, if you choose what you allow in, you become unstoppable. It's not easy. There will always be temptation. There will always be the urge to check your phone one more time, to scroll just a little longer, to put things off until tomorrow. But every time you give in, you are weakening your focus. Every time you let distractions win, you are making it harder to break free. And if you're not careful, you will build a habit of losing. You have to fight back. You have to train your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Every morning, decide what your mission is. decide what you need to accomplish, and then cut out everything that doesn't serve that purpose. Stop giving energy to things that don't push you forward. Stop allowing your mind to be controlled by external forces. Take back your focus, because here's the reality. Distractions don't just take your time, they take your life. They steal your dreams in slow motion, and one day you'll look back and realize the only thing standing between you and your success wasn't a lack of opportunity, but a lack of focus. So right now, make the decision, decide that you will no longer allow distractions to win. Decide that your mind is a battlefield and you will fight for control. Because once you win that battle, once you master your focus, nothing can stop you. There are two types of pain in life, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. One lasts for a moment, the other lasts a lifetime. One makes you stronger, the other breaks you from the inside. And if you don't choose discipline today, regret will choose you tomorrow. Think about it. How many times have you looked back and wished you had done something differently? Wished you had taken action instead of waiting? Wished you had put in the effort instead of making excuses? That feeling, that deep ache in your soul is regret. It is the weight of knowing you had an opportunity, but let it slip away. And that pain will haunt you far worse than any discomfort you feel from pushing yourself now. Discipline is hard. Waking up early when you don't feel like it is hard. Sticking to your goals when distractions are everywhere is hard. Showing up day after day, even when no one is watching, is hard. But do you know what's harder? Waking up years from now, realizing you wasted your potential, looking in the mirror and knowing you could have done more, been more, achieved more, but you didn't, because you chose comfort over commitment. Every single person who has ever achieved something great has faced moments where they wanted to quit, moments where the pain of discipline felt unbearable, but they pushed through because they understood one thing. Suffering for a purpose is far better than suffering for nothing. When you choose discipline, you may feel exhausted, frustrated, even broken at times, but when you choose regret, you feel empty. Because regret doesn't just affect your mind, it eats away at your soul. Imagine standing at the end of your life looking back at everything you could have been. Imagine realizing that you had the time, the opportunities, the talent, but you wasted it. That moment right there, that is the heaviest burden a person can carry. That is a pain that never goes away. So the question is simple. Which pain do you want? The temporary pain of pushing yourself beyond your limits, or the never-ending pain of knowing you didn't? One makes you stronger, the other makes you weaker. One leads to success, the other leads to regret. One lasts for a moment, the other stays with you forever. No matter how hard it feels right now, choose discipline. No matter how tempting it is to quit, to slack off, to delay, choose action. Because one day you will either be grateful for the work you put in, or you will be broken by the work you avoided. And by then, it will be too late. There is one thing that separates the average from the elite, the successful from the struggling, the unstoppable from the ordinary: obsession. Not interest, not mild enthusiasm, not a casual desire, but an unshakable, all-consuming, relentless obsession. If you want to achieve greatness in any area of your life, you must lock in with a level of focus that makes people question your sanity. Look at the people who have changed the world, the ones who have built empires, the ones who have defied the odds. They weren't just interested in success, they were obsessed with it. They lived it, breathed it, sacrificed for it. While others were sleeping, they were working. While others were relaxing, they were sharpening their craft. While others were making excuses, they were making progress. Because that's what it takes. The world is filled with distractions, with noise, with constant temptations trying to pull you away from your purpose. And if you don't fight back with an obsession so strong that nothing can shake you, you will lose. You will get caught up in the chaos. You will be pulled in 1,000 directions, and you will wake up one day wondering why you never reached your full potential. Obsession is not a weakness, it is a superpower. When you are obsessed, you don't need motivation, you don't need reminders, you don't need someone to push you. It comes from within. You don't count the hours, you don't complain about the struggle, you don't stop when it gets hard. You keep going because you have no other choice. There will be people who won't understand. They will call you crazy, they will tell you to slow down, they will say you are too intense. Ignore them. Because the same people who doubt you now will be the ones asking how you did it later. The same ones who criticize your obsession today will be the ones applauding your success tomorrow. Most people never reach their goals because they treat them like hobbies. They work on them when they feel like it, when it's convenient, when life makes it easy. And that's why they fail. You can't expect world-class results with a half-hearted effort. You can't expect to rise to the top while thinking and acting like everyone else. You have to go all in. You have to be so locked in that failure is not an option. Every single day you have a choice. Focus with everything you have or waste another moment. And every moment wasted is a moment you will never get back. There are no second chances at time. The opportunity you have right now in this very moment will never come again. So ask yourself, are you treating your dreams with the urgency they deserve? Are you attacking your goals like your life depends on it? Because in many ways it does. This is not just about achieving success. This is about becoming the person you were meant to be. The person who doesn't just dream, but executes. The person who doesn't just talk, but delivers. The person who doesn't settle for average, but demands excellence from themselves every single day. So make the decision now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Decide that you will stop making excuses, stop letting distractions control you, and stop waiting for the perfect time. Decide that you will focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Decide that you will be obsessed with your vision, your purpose, your mission, because anything less than obsession is a guaranteed path to mediocrity. There will come a day when you look back at your life, a day when you stand face to face with the person you could have been, the version of you that never held back, never made excuses, never let distractions win. And in that moment, you will either feel an overwhelming sense of pride or a crushing wave of regret. So ask yourself, which version of you are you creating right now? Are you building the life you dream of, or are you letting it slip through your fingers? Because every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Don't wait until it's too late to realize what you were capable of. Don't let your dreams die because you were too afraid to go all in. Be obsessed now so that one day you can stand tall knowing you gave it everything you had. Because when that day comes, you won't regret the sacrifices, the late nights, or the struggle. You will only regret the chances. So lock in, focus like your life depends on it, because it does.